Soik! Got you guys. December Fools, suckers.
December Fools.
Welcome once again to Chill Filter, the podcast where we drink whiskey so you don't have to. Bet you probably should. You probably are, and that's why we like you. On this week's episode, we're drinking something that you've probably had, you probably enjoy. Let's find out. We're drinking Makers 101. And along the way, Cole's going to give us the Makers 101 course. Nay, say I. He's going to give a mastery level course on the Makers history, I'm sure. Cole always kills it. Always does. Also, if you have never done so, now's a good time to sign up for the Maker's Mark Ambassador Program because they usually send out a great Christmas gift because Christmas is around the corner. And also, if you want to send Christmas gifts, just know that we will hook up the manliest man courier and we will work on shipping gifts to us because that's the kind of podcast we are. Give us something now. And then you'll get introduced to win some Weller 12 or some Elmer T. Lee from our good friend Cole. Cole's the best. He really is. Rarely disappoints. So if you want to reach out and touch us, hit us up on Instagram at Chillfilter Podcast or on chillfilterpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you want to support us monetarily, hit us up on Patreon. Nope. Chillfilter Podcast.
Nope.
At Patreon.
Patreon.com/chillfilter.
Oh, I messed that one up. Oh, man. So this is our second time around. I nailed it the first time. Second time.
No, you didn't get it the first time.
Pressure.
Oh no. Amber alert.
Yeah. Amber alert over here in Idaho. So if you're listening and you see an endangered missing 47-year-old in a red 2013 Dodge Avenger, let your local authorities know. Other than that, that's the business. Cole, how you doing, buddy?
I'm pretty good. We're recording on Tuesday, and we had recorded just 2 days ago
Sunday.
For last week's episode.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the closest we've ever talked to each other, minus being together.
I know. Yeah. No, those are always fun times. Like I said, we put up after we recorded on Sunday, we put up our Christmas tree and put up, like the stockings and stuff like that. And I always love that.
How was Beck with that?
She definitely wants to touch the ornaments, and she definitely wants to be a part of holding those kind of things and breaking.
So one thing we did with the twins, I think we might have done it with Amara. I can't remember if we did it with Amara, but you get a separate like cheap plastic tree with cheap ornament. Like go to the dollar store, get some cheap ornaments, and say that's your tree. You can touch those ornaments, but not the nice one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, that's what we
thought about it. Yeah,
I think one year we even had to put like a gate around the Christmas tree, and then because Juniper knocked it down the first time.
Oh dang! Knocked the whole thing down.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we did like
No,
it was
funny.
like I think I was cooking dinner before Chelsea got home, and I was in here crash, and I just leave Junie with the tree falling down. She's like, she knew like that was not good, and I did that. So yeah. Which is similar to the time when anytime we go grocery shopping with Amara now, she goes, remember that time when I was at the cart and I knocked a can of spaghetti sauce over and it broke all over the ground? I'm like, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I did that once, but I wasn't in the cart. I was running through the aisles.
And you threw it on the ground?
Threw it on the ground. Yeah.
So Christmas tree's up. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're fine. So, yep, Christmas tree's up. And then, life's good. I am looking forward to, I think I might have mentioned this, but my whole family is coming to our place for Christmas this year.
Oh, nice. So that's awesome.
First Christmas at my wife's place for my family. And so normally we alternate every year.
Sure they don't want to go to Mexico?
It might happen last minute.
You should check.
Yeah, I should check. But like Heather and I, since we got married, we'll do one Christmas with my family and then the next Christmas with hers and so on. But this year is Heather's family's year. Last year we spent it with my family. And the funny thing is that this year we put out an offer to my sister, Kate, and said, hey, if you need somewhere to go for Christmas, you can come down to Virginia. And then she took us up on that offer, and then we're like, well, as long as you're coming, maybe everyone else in the family can come down. So everyone else in the family is coming down, And so we're
Nice.
celebrating at our place early morning on Christmas. And then we're going to go over to my in-laws and celebrate with them. And then my family will be coming over to my in-laws for dinner on Christmas. So it'll be a double family celebration,
Oh
and
man.
they'll get to
Oh,
know
Becca's
each
gonna be
other that
so
way.
happy.
Yeah. Best
Like
of
she's gonna
both
love it up.
worlds.
Like she's gonna, yeah.
She'll be like,
Get
so my
all of
dad
the
goes by
family.
Papa, and Heather's dad, as like a grandparent, goes by Papa, which is very similar sounding, but they're different. And so Beck will be like, Papa, Papa, Papa. I bet she'll be like,
That
because she does
that
love
reminds me how
both
like
Papas. Mhm.
that does remind me how like an educated man will say tour
Yeah,
and an uneducated man will say tour, which
Tour.
sounds very similar.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's exciting. No, that's fun, man. You get a host. See, here's the thing. Here's the problem. We don't get a host often because my mother-in-law has like an addition built onto my brother-in-law's mansion.
Yeah.
So like it's just people stay at the
You always
mansion.
go there. Yeah.
They do.
What about
But
your mom?
hosting, my mom. So my mom typically. Oh gosh, I want to say it's been pre-COVID since my sister's. So typically, my mom would kind of like, yeah, we don't get a host because like if my sister comes up, they stay at my mom's house and then we go over there and stuff. So
your mom's house.
What do you mean by that, Cole?
I don't know.
So yeah, no, we typically don't get a host people.
Sue Dedlow's a saint. That's her name, right?
The only Sue. Oh, is that what you were leading me? Like, was that the bait you threw for me to say?
No. Wasn't leading you.
Yeah.
But that's her name, right?
Yes, Sue Dedlow. Patricia
Dedlow.
Sue. She doesn't go by Patricia though. She goes by Sue. I think that honestly, like,
who would?
The only
Except
people
for
we
Patricia
really
Ferguson,
hosted our
whom we love.
Oh gosh, Patricia, it's a beautiful name.
What
but my mom wouldn't agree.
Yeah.
But Miles, your wife, has a beautiful name. I think the only people we really ever host here are you guys.
Yeah,
I think we really
love it.
And then my friend Russell Johnson. You know Russell?
Yeah. Is he the guy? No, we never met. I've heard of him. He used to work.
You guys were
right?
like, you left, he came back, and he worked with me.
Yeah,
and like, he's part of our church. Yeah. So, anyway, anything else besides Christmas stuff, Cole?
Nope. Just I did buy you your first of 2 Christmas gifts for the Christmas episode. So that'll come in the next few days.
And yours, I think, is scheduled for 2 days from now. It's under Cole C. Seabald. So if something shows up, don't open that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I had to coordinate with somebody because I had some suspicions somebody might have gotten you something else.
That's cool.
So anyway,
like Heather?
Yeah. Nope.
Oh.
Somebody else who loves.
I actually hit your wife up and asked her if you
did what?
Yeah. I reached out to your wife. Your mom. No, I'm kidding.
You watch it. Sue Dedlow's a saint. Keep her name off your lips. No, I'm excited.
Anyway.
No, honestly, I'm very excited for our Christmas episode. I cannot wait. I've got a really good gift planned for you. I don't know if it's going to make there in time.
Oh,
I'm really excited. Yeah, we'll see.
Cool.
It's going to be tricky, but we'll see.
It's tricky.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are you entry buzzing or anything? I'm good. Are you entry buzzing?
I've been entry buzzing a few things. I'm just kind of emptying some of the sample bottles that I never finished, such as Barrel Armida. I just did the Michter's barrel strength rye, and now I'm finishing the last little pour. They're just little pours of Barrel New Year 2022. And
okay.
So did we find out? Do we have Midwinter Dram?
Because
Dramhound just offered it up. What a baller!
He did. I'll have to look through the samples. I think seriously though, I'll have to look through the samples. I swear we have some Midwinter's Night Dram from but not from. I don't know. But yeah, sorry, I was getting confused with the drams there. So let's look.
Midwinter's Night Dramhound.
My entry buzz is last week's Glen Grant.
Nice. 15-year barrels or batch strength. That's good. You didn't like it though. That sucks.
I still don't. Okay. Moving on. How am I doing since we last talked? Things are good. This is going to be very outdated by the time this episode airs, but United States men's soccer, we advanced to the round of 16. We're out of our pool play. I had watched that while I was doing work at work, and I'm pretty excited. That's fun. Also playing Netherlands, the Netherlands is my second favorite team to root for because they have an aggressive style of play and cool orange uniforms, and I like that.
Did I tell you my team?
No, who's your team, Cole?
Oh, bro, I'm surprised I haven't brought this up. Maybe I brought it up 4 years ago when me and Adam were doing it, but I do have a team, and I've had it for 20 years now. This is the, I guess,
I'm going to say Germany.
No,
is it Germany.
They beat
France.
Germany. Japan. This sounds stupid. It sounds stupid. I'm not big into sports, but in 2002, I watched Japan play, and they gave everything they got, and played their hearts out. And I love that about that team. And so my team since 2002, 20 years ago, has been Japan for the World Cup, and they always let me down at a certain point. But they beat Germany on their first game this year, and they lost to Costa Rica, but that wasn't supposed to happen. But there's a good chance they're going to make it to the next round. And yeah, I'm always just blown away by just how much they give their heart out. And it really showed when they beat Germany a few days ago. So I am excited this year as well for the World Cup. They're playing again on Thursday. So
here's my problem. I love watching the World Cup, and usually is in the summer, except for somebody bought this year's World Cup. So I haven't gotten to watch it as closely, but I will say the Japanese women field a strong team. So
really, I haven't looked at the Japanese women.
They do. The Japanese women usually a very strong team. Now, my favorite team from Japan is Little League World Series on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I would be Japan every single time because your third and fourth hitters, big dudes, one's a righty, one's a lefty, and they would hit home runs like crazy. That was I'm not a baseball guy, but I would play Little League World Series for the Nintendo Entertainment System, and that was my team.
Nice.
That or Texas. Texas had a couple good hitters too.
Who doesn't? Texas.
So
that's cool.
Longhorn
I was a road runner.
Long Branch, not Longhorn. Branch.
No, yeah, that's true. You knew that I went to school in Texas for a semester, right?
No.
Yeah, I went to University of Texas at San Antonio for a semester.
When was that? Was that after you were in?
Yeah, no, that was before I first met you.
Okay. Well,
it was like a year and a half.
Your name on my phone is still Cole Seabale. Because when I first met you, I didn't put a D, I put an E. And I was thinking about it today too, because when I was addressing your Christmas gift, I thought, did I do the E because I misheard him, or the E because it's close to the D on the keyboard? Either way, it's still Seabale.
Yeah. Well, at least I'm not math major.
You are a math major.
I'm sure your wife probably has me as math major.
And she always says math major.
Send a group me.
She does, yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, that's good. Is anything else going on with you?
No, it's not.
Okay.
I think, are we ready to take a walk?
Yeah, let's take a walk. So we'll be right back from our walk break in a moment. But before then, wanted to say shaboozy.
Shabam.
And we're back. Let's get to some quick notes before we get into the history today. First shout out is to Bryce Marita, who I'm pretty darn sure was the guy who sent us this sample. Yeah, what a baller. Oh, that
Speaking
was
of which,
terrible.
Bryce must be
There we go.
knee deep in parenthood because I texted him about a week and a half ago. I have not got a text back.
Mhm. Oh,
You texted
really?
him on Friday. Have not
Yeah.
gotten text back.
He
So
texted
Bryce,
me today too.
what?
Yeah, he loves me. Mhm.
Oh, sad.
Me and
But he
Bryce,
doesn't.
so
Yeah,
tight.
he avoided our group chat. Oh, geez.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Anyway,
Maybe he did. Anyway, another baller shout out to Dramhound, who last week, I should have mentioned this in last
absolutely.
week's episode, but I did mention before that he snagged me a Ardbeg Hypernova, but it was couriered in last week, and we always love when the final or the courier brings in the product. So
Manly
want to
man.
give him a baller salute.
Double
So
ding.
and then a reminder, yeah, you already mentioned that. Christmas gifts by the 15th if you're into that. So let's talk about Maker's Mark 101. So this is our third episode on Maker's Mark. Episode 131, 100 episodes ago, which I thought was cool. We drank Maker's 46.
Oh, we should have waited one more week.
Why is that?
It would have been
Oh,
It would have been 101
oh, that's
episodes ago.
true. 101, yeah.
Balls.
Episode 144, only 13 episodes later, we drank a standard Maker's Mark. So it's definitely been a while, and there might be a little overlap in history, but that's okay. So let's talk about Maker's Mark Distillery. In 1953, a guy named Bill Samuels Sr. bought out what was called the Burke's Distillery in Loretto, Kentucky. And according to legend, brought his family recipe of distilling bourbon that went back 170 years, literally on paper. And apparently that paper accidentally burned up. It sounds so like cliche,
Oopsie.
but yeah, he burned it up. So the story goes that Samuels thought of 7 potential mash bills to use for his new distillery. But in order to save time that it would take to actually age these like whiskeys or bourbons, he just thought, why don't I just bake bread with those grains?
For
So he
101
decided
years.
to, yeah, exactly, for 101 years.
Or minutes.
And so he baked bread with the various mash bills. And the one that was the most tasty, in his opinion, was the one that incorporated wheat, not rye. And apparently, he also got some assistance. Apparently, like the story is, he got some assistance as well from Stitzel Weller people. I didn't find out to what extent he got help from them but it was noted that he got some help, and they are big in the weeded bourbon world. And Samuels was quoted to have said, quote, "Give me a bourbon that won't blow my ears off," unquote. He used a mash bill of 70% corn, 16% red winter wheat, and 14% malted barley. The other note about the process that is basically they use a barrel entry proof of 110, which is super low compared to some of the other ones in the industry. The max you can do is 125, but they go 110, and they've always done 110. And it's apparently intentional by the distillery, and it usually will provide a sweeter bourbon, which can happen more easily at lower barrel entry proofs, apparently. Maker's Standard, an easily accessible wheated bourbon, is 90 proof and is about 6 years old. Eventually, Maker's Mark Distillery changed hands a few times, but these days it's actually owned by Suntory Beam. So it's very connected with the Beam company since 2011. Bill Samuels Sr. let his son, I assume Bill Samuels, no, I think that was, Bill Samuels Jr., take over the production after establishing the brand. And then in 2011, he handed the reins of the brand off to his son, Rob Samuels.
Oh, beautiful name.
Rob Samuels.
Rob Samuels.
The master distiller for very many years was the great Dave Pickerel for 14 years, starting in 1994. And then most recently, Denny Potter, a man we have discussed before, who is a man, not a woman. Denny Potter was the distiller from 2018 to just recently in August of 2022. No word on what Denny's next move is, but apparently he's potentially starting his own company or own brand. And there's no new master distiller at Maker's Mark, but I'm sure we'll find out soon who that would be to replace him.
Well, I didn't want to break it to you until Whiskey World News, but it's me.
Oh, yo, Rob Deadlow.
Yep.
That's cool.
No. Soik!
Crazy.
Got you guys. December Fools, suckers.
December Fools. Yeah, anyway, Makers is known for their red wax, top for the cork of every bottle. And that's that's apparently thanks to Bill Samuels Sr.'s wife. Her name is Margie. And she was very into the brand and the presentation of a whiskey. She basically said, if you put wax on it, it is a classy and what's the word she used? High quality, basically, product.
Tell them Largy Margie sent you.
Largy Margie put the wax on it. So they are at one of the very few American whiskey companies that spells whiskey without an E. The other one being Old Forester, at least to my recollection. That's the only one I can think of otherwise. Other Makers products. Mostly, you have the Maker Standard, which is 90 proof, and they've had that 90 proof for years. They thought about bringing it down to not 90 proof, but they've always kept it at 90 proof. They also make a cast strength variety. It's usually about 112, and they have been doing that since 2014. They do a mint julep variety, which has a light mint flavoring. And for a few years, they've been doing a wood finishing series, which we have some on deck. One that Sean Ciaro sent us. And so, yeah, we have some of those on deck. And we can't forget Maker's 46.
Didn't he send it to us last Christmas, dude?
Yeah, that was a Christmas gift. Yeah.
It was a Christmas gift.
So he's in the runnings for Elmer T. Lee and Weller 12. We can't forget Maker's 46, which is aged partly in French oak staves. And in 2019, they started releasing what we're drinking today, the 101 proof, as a standard, not a standard, but as a continuous offering. And let's talk about that. Maker's Mark 101. Same mash bill as the others. That's 70% corn, 16% red winter wheat, and 14% malted barley. Aged around 6 years, similar to the standard, but no age statement. They basically say we bottle it when it's ready, so they're not committed to a age statement or anything like that. They say we bottle it when it's ready. 101 proof, as obviously mentioned, and the cast strength, like I said, is usually about 112. The standard is 90 proof. And what we're drinking today is right between the two, like an average of the two. You could pour 1 ounce of the standard and 1 ounce of the cast strength, and you might very well get yourself a 101 proofer. Total wine price is $40, so very reasonable, very easy to attain. And let's drink this. What do you say?
I say we shall. Let's do it.
Thanks to the baller himself, Bryce Merida.
He is a baller.
Yeah.
Who doesn't text me back?
Yeah.
No, that being said, I'm awful at texting others back, so sorry. I'm not really holding against you. It's just the one time I can think of where I can hold that against somebody.
So from what I've heard, this is actually pretty good. And I actually enjoy Makers, maybe more than your average person.
I will say Makers.
That's good news.
I always, because honestly, the red wax, it's like $34 for a standard, right?
Oh, it's less.
You think so?
Less than $30.
I always think it's right around for some reason 34 is my
thought. Maybe there. I don't think so.
But for that amount, at the point I am in life, I would pay like that. That's great. That's a perfect price point. If every whiskey maker made every drink $34 or every bottle $34, I'd be a happy man.
Oh, I'd be a very happy man.
But I'm a sad man.
But I
Because
am a
they
sad, sad man. Behind blue eyes, you don't know what it's like to be a Rob man.
to be the Knob Creek man, because I'm
Yeah.
not either.
We need to
All
do
right,
more
what do
Knob Creek. We haven't done Knob Creek in a
we have a
long
knob on,
time.
we have a knob sample on the shelf.
We do?
You want to sample some knob?
Oh, the 18?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to sample my knob?
Stop it. You stop that.
What
What are you getting?
Sweet.
Sweet.
It's kind of
Oh,
like
did you see that? We mind melded.
mind
I
meld.
said, what are you getting? You took a second. I gave what I got. It's sweet. It's definitely sweet. Super sweet on the nose.
Yeah.
But
it's not like bourbon-y to me. It's weird.
It's not. It's definitely the more like on the medicinal side of sweet, but like the good side of medicinal, if that makes sense.
Interesting. I am getting, first and foremost, an interesting oakiness to this, especially for a 6-year. There is a lot of oak on this.
Do you get any nuttiness? I get a slight nuttiness. Like for me, it's definitely a wheated bourbon, so it's got that sweet wheat. Then you get a little nuttiness. Like a good side of medicinal.
A little bit of nuttiness. Yeah. Maybe not like peanutty, but like a mixed nut.
A mixed nut. Your Brazil, your cashew, your peanut, your almond,
hazelnut,
your hazelnut.
Yeah.
Oh man, my school cafeteria gave kids a bunch of garbanzo beans. And they said, hey, it's garbanzo beans, but we marinated them in Italian dressing last night. And I thought,
oh,
that sounds disgusting.
Sounds fancy for a cafeteria.
That's what I said when they said, like, oh, you're really trying to sell with some fanciness. But no, it's like, I love, like, this really has a very pleasant nose to it. I wouldn't say it's like a very bourbony nose.
Approachable, yeah.
But it's really sweet. A light corn and weedy.
The more I drink, the more I like, which is something. Like I said, I will take Maker's Mark over Woodford Reserve any day because the more I drink Woodford Reserve, the less I like it. The more I drink Maker's Mark, the more I like it.
It's made a mark on Cole's heart.
On my heart. Barracuda.
Ooh, we haven't had a Barracuda for a while.
We haven't.
No, I think that honestly, like price point wise, this is like very accessible, neat wise.
Yeah.
Nothing unpleasant. Nothing's not great.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
Plus,
yeah, and the oak has tamed itself a little bit after every sip.
So did you like the oak or you don't like the oak?
I didn't at first, but the more I've drank, the more I enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it like the oak gives a nice balanced finish, I would say. It doesn't get to like the earthy, bitter kind of zone, but it's definitely balanced. So, yeah, I like it. Ooh, nose-wise, little mentholy, little vapory, with water. Not a sweet.
Tiny bit. Yeah, the menthol's a good note, but not in a rye kind of way like we've gotten on some of our ryes. Just kind of a softer, mintier.
Oh man, it is bad podcasting.
We sipped at the same time. Yeah. Oh, I like that. That's a good palate right there.
I'm getting a predominant amount of nuttiness. Like the nut note is showing up for me. Pardon-moi. A little bit more, vapor definitely shows up more with the water. I think I prefer the neat so far to the water.
Okay.
What do you
I
think?
think I do prefer the neat to the water, but not by much. I think they're very different, which makes it good, but they're both still good to me.
Yeah, no,
I'm giving the old Spin J with the ice right now. It's getting
they're
cold.
certainly not bad. I'll say that much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hard thing because it's like, is this reliable? And good old trusty Maker's Mark 101 at $40 a bottle? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well,
It's good for the price.
You know what? There's something to be said about being reliable,
Mhm.
right? Like, hey, will you come pick me up from the airport?
Mhm.
I'm high
You might drive
end,
terribly.
so it might be hard to get me,
Mhm.
but maybe if you're the first in line, that's
Mhm.
not trustworthy. That's not reliable.
Yeah.
Will you pick me up from the airport? Yeah, I'll be there, and I'll be moderately priced, and I'll be there at the exact time you want me to be there.
And I won't be too drunk. No, I'm kidding. We
Oh,
don't talk about drinking and driving.
We do, and you know what we say?
Don't do it.
Knock it off.
Knock it off. Knob
Don't
it
ever
off.
start.
Yeah.
Knob it off.
I hate this with ice.
Oh,
Like, this is one of the worst whiskeys
I
with
know.
ice, in my opinion, that I've ever had. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe you'll agree with me, but it is not good with ice.
We shall see. We shall see. Give me.
Mhm.
I got to give it a good swirly poo here. The old Spin J making the whiskey dizzy.
Second sip wasn't as bad as the first, but the first sip was like bitter and terrible.
That was my
Second
nickname
sip
in high school.
fades to second sip fades to bitterness, but is not bitter throughout. But it's got a bad finish.
Just got my Spin J on my pants. Spin it up a little too much.
Ooh.
Nose is not bad though. Nose is it's more
Yeah.
that medicinal side.
Yeah.
Still sweet.
Oaky.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you with ice.
Now,
It's
what were you
just
getting
not
with
a
ice
good
that you didn't
whiskey, in
like?
my
It was bitter.
bitterness throughout and oakiness, over oaked.
Ooh, I didn't get bitterness throughout, but it is oaky and slightly bitter towards the end. I think neat was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a rating?
I did not
ready?
like that with ice. Yeah, I'm gonna give this
Ooh,
a
very bitter. Very bitter. The longest.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
like dry your mouth out bitter.
It's like Mr. Yuck Stickers bitter. Like
Yeah,
licked a
like
battery
toxic
and
bitter.
pulled the acid out. Bitter. It's bad.
I'm gonna give this a 7.4.
Okay, we're close.
Okay, yeah, it's
I'm
good.
going-
I could drink this. If you hand me a Maker's Mark, I will not be an unhappy man. But I'm not gonna go out of my way for this bottle. It's trusty, but not much more than that.
You know, so here's the thing. I am going to go 7.3, and I'm right about where you're at. This, I think, if you've warmed your palate up sufficiently, it's good for
Mhm.
sipping. Neat.
Uh,
But it's at a price point where it's like you could also mix it. It's like right at that
Yeah.
cusp, right? Like I think like 35 is where it's like where you can still mix it and feel okay
Yeah.
about yourself. Because there's
Yeah,
other stuff you
totally.
can mix that's cheaper than 35. That's
Mhm.
probably better. But you may not want to sip as much. So 35 plus I like the fact that it's got wax. It's so fancy.
It's
and beautiful.
cool.
Yeah, you know, so anyway, I'm gonna go 7.3.
Yeah. I like
The only bad pour I got was with the ice, and I don't think this is
Yeah.
something you're gonna drink with ice. So
True.
there you go.
And surprisingly, water was not even close to how bad the ice tastes.
Oh my gosh, ice amped up all of the bitterness.
bad
So
things,
yeah. All right.
All right. So let's move it on to our next segment of the show that we like to call Whiskey World News.
And we're back. Part of the show where we read an article, we talk about it. Here we go. This comes from City Beat and it was written by Meha Zummo. And it's titled
That.
New Riff releases limited run of chocolate and oat winter whiskey this holiday season. If you're looking
Nice.
for a more grown-up alternative to curling up with a cup of hot cocoa, try New Riff's Distilling's Winter Whiskey. This special edition spirit is a Kentucky straight bourbon infused with chocolate malt and malted oat. New Riff has been producing a limited annual run of its winter whiskey since 2020, but once it's sold out, it's gone for the season. New Riff describes the taste as a conversation between dry cocoa quality and the chocolate malt, a balanced amount of oak, and the unique spicy quality distinct from that of the rye. The finish dances on its oaty spice, hints of Belgian cacao. It isn't sweet and instead offers a delicate dryness. I'm going to skip ahead here just a second. Winter whiskey is bottled in bond at 100 proof, sans chill filtration.
Oh, they hate chill filtration.
Hey, that's not the name of the podcast.
That's not the name of the podcast.
And it's aged at least is no bueno nemo de podcasto. It's aged at least 4 years. It's available for $50 in New Riff's in-house gift shop. Anyway, that's a little bit of the article. Not much to speak of. Cole, any thoughts there?
I'd try it. I mean, New Riff's putting out some good stuff, and especially the more age they get, the more I appreciate them. And if it's bottled in bond, it's at least 4 years, and I can get behind that. And
I don't think it's bottled. I don't think it's 100 proof.
I think you mentioned the word bottled in bond, or the words bottled in bond.
Okay. Anyway, more thoughts. I'll look.
Yeah. So yeah, I would try it. If anyone's got a bottle, I could see like John Hughes with a bottle of that. If you're
John Hughes. Funny you say John Hughes. Funny you say John Hughes. Oh yeah. You like John Hughes?
What's that?
You like John Hughes?
Oh, I'm into John Hughes.
What do you like about John Hughes?
I like that he is chocolatey malty, and he's got good caramely notes, and got candy notes throughout, and some apple notes as well.
Do you listen to John Hughes?
Voldemort Hughes. I haven't recently, but I need to, because I am a big fan of John Voldemort Hughes.
Big enough to listen to John Hughes when he was on our podcast?
Maybe.
Do you remember the episode that last episode John Hughes did on our podcast?
Yeah, wasn't it the kosher one?
Or when you had Beck, what did John come on and drink with us? Or me?
Wasn't it kosher? No, what was it? I forget.
Evan Williams Bottle and Bond.
Oh.
Which is what we were about to drink.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah, but we didn't because it was already taken.
Okay. He messaged me today and was like, Cole forgot.
We already did that.
Yeah. So
yeah. He messaged you, he didn't message us?
Well, he was like, I gotta troll Cole a little bit here.
Oh, that's good.
So he's yet to troll you, I assume.
Oh, he'll troll me. No.
But now you know.
Man.
Now you know.
He's a good troll, man.
We love John friggin' Voldemort.
We love John. And he is not only a good listener, he is a good friend. So
he's a great friend. I really do.
Friend.
I do appreciate that guy.
Yeah.
He is one of the best. He's
a nice guy and like a professional.
That's
what I really love about him is that he's good at what he does. Like I'm just like,
there's times like there's been several times where I message him. I'm like, hey man, what are your thoughts on this? And he tells me, and I'm like, I appreciate that. He knows
what he's talking about.
He
knows what he's talking about more than I know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about that, but I know when I think that often, and I know that's true because he doesn't think that about. He knows more than what I know.
He's a humble man as well.
He is a great guy. Anyway, my thoughts on the article.
And I think I got a package from him today.
Did you?
Or at least, yeah, because I don't know.
That's 2 entries for the brother.
Yeah, yeah, 2 entries for the brother.
Anyway, my thoughts. I'm excited.
Yeah,
you bottle it 100 proof, and you say it has these notes. Like it sounds.
Wait, did it say bottled in bond though? Totally said.
I did not see bottled in bond.
Search. Do a find on page.
I already did.
You didn't find, but I could have swore you said bottled in bond.
whiskey is bottled in. Oh, it is bottled in bond. Dang
Word.
it!
You're like, it doesn't say bottled in bond. It says whiskey is bottled in bond.
I'm an idiot. See, and that's why
That's
John
all
Hughes
good.
knows so much more than I
Government
do.
regulated.
So anyway, you make these claims, and everything new Riff we've had, I love. Talk about the chocolatey, the Odie. I'm good. I'm in with it. I'm
Chocolate
down.
noti.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's
So
good.
all right.
So next segment of our show, we like to call "What Whiskey Would You Choose?" We don't have last week's results yet. We'll do it. We'll double up next week.
Whoa! Hey, next segment, whiskey. Would you choose? What whiskey would you choose? Here
What
we
did
go
I
to.
say?
Well, you said the right thing, but we got to go to a break.
We go to break for whiskey would you choose?
Don't we?
No, we never do. Are you crazy?
Oh, I need to combobulate because I'm discombobulated.
It's
Dang
okay.
It. All right, so it's time
You're
for our
one
next
who
segment.
edits.
Gosh, you're right. No. Okay.
But it's
anyway,
okay.
We don't have anything from last week. I think what threw me off is you started talking about it because I usually talk about it.
Yeah.
I think that's
You go over last week's
Let's just
results.
pretend I didn't go brain dead. Yeah. So we don't. You know what? We recorded in such succession that we don't have results from last week. We didn't post them. So we'll do last week's what whiskey gives you the notes that you don't like the most. We'll do that this week. Give results next week, and we'll move on here to like what are we drinking next week, Cole?
No. We got to go over what whiskey would you choose this week?
Oh no. That's not how it works.
What?
Because then you're bottlenecked with two what whiskeys would you choose?
That's okay. We'll have a great episode.
Oh, you got okay. All right, fine. Go for it.
Plus, we're like really low on time right now, and I don't mind going a little.
We got lots of B-roll.
45 minutes.
Well, the sounds from my living room tell me that I should be done. But let's go ahead.
Okay. So that's fine. So last week we talked about what are some of the worst notes you dislike about certain whiskeys and what whiskey would represent those worst notes. This week we're going to go the opposite. We're going to go positive. We're going to go optimistic. We're going to say what are the best notes you enjoy about whiskey, and any whiskey in particular. You can go Scotch, you can go American, you can go anything like that. And what brand or bottle would best represent that note? And you don't have to take about the number one best. Just talk about one of your top favorite notes and what bottle represents that.
I will tell you
or
this.
One of the most.
I love cinnamon, and I've gone with Lot 40 Batch 1 several times for the best cinnamon. No, it wasn't Lot 40. What's the other Canadian one?
Hard to get. Alberta Premium Cask Strength.
Yes. Okay. But I'm going to go with Willet Rye. It's a 4-year.
4-year. Good choice.
Cinnamon notes.
Don't get their own distillate.
Cinnamon.
Get
if I
the
get
good
cinnamon
stuff distillate.
If I can't get Willet 4-year, I go straight for
cinnamon sticks.
I was going to make a joke there. I can't remember the name right now. What's the cinnamon whiskey?
Oh, Fireball.
That joke fell flat on its face. So anyway, I'm gonna go with it 4-year. I love cinnamon flavor. That's one of my favorite notes.
I like that. I like that. I'm gonna go here with something that people might guess. Some of our top listeners might guess that I go with between two kind of notes: candy and apple, and like candy apple.
Okay, Eagle Rare.
And I think that one of my favorite candy apple notes comes from Weller Special Reserve. It's not my favorite bottle. It's not like, it is a great bottle. I love Weller Special Reserve, but I get candy apple notes from Weller Special Reserve, and I really dig that
drink.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. So, I respect that, Cole.
Thanks. I respect you.
I respect you.
So keep a vote out this week and let us know what your top notes and top bottle would be that represent that. And then next week, we'll talk about what we're drinking next week. We're going to be between Barrel Seagrass Batch 2, not the 16-year, not the silver label, the Batch 2, the green and blue label. And then we're going to go between that and Brian Rapp also sent us a Wilderness Trail 8-year rye. And it's a 100 proof, I want to say.
Around there.
Real quick.
Rye the heck not.
Yep, 100 proof 8-year rye, which is kind of a special edition they did. So we'll be between that and Seagrass. So keep an eye out this week. Vote for that, and then we'll be drinking that. And then coming up will be our after that will be our Christmas episode. So.
Already, man.
Yeah. Or no, it might not be our Christmas episode. It might though. We'll figure it out. But yeah,
we gotta combobulate.
We gotta combobulate. But I hope we combobulate soon.
And Cole, I hope that next week you're nice.
I hope that next week you're good. But most of all, listeners, I hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. They hate chill filtration.
Hey, that's not the name of the podcast.
That's not the name of the podcast.